Vainglory app, but the settings app, and you scroll all the way down to V, you will find Vainglory in there, and there are a bunch of settings in there. You can turn off the in-game music, you can adjust the sound effects levels, you can turn off pinch to zoom, which at high elo matches I do recommend. There are a bunch of settings in there that you can take advantage of. If you're looking to change the language that you're playing in, you do that also through, I think it's the general tab. Then there's a region and language setting, still no in-game audio. So we will get that sorted out.
That is strange.
I see someone asking if Vainglory devs are on Twitter. There are a bunch of Vainglory devs on Twitter. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 right here that I have handy. So I'm going to put VG devs on Twitter so you can follow
any of
these
us.
folks. I put Zken in there. I'm in there. Playoff Beard, Captain Nito, Monkey Caravan is our head of UX. That's Kraken, as well as Surprise Birthday, who's Evil Surprise on there. So follow us on Twitter. We do answer questions, give insider tips, try to drop little tidbits of stuff on our Twitter channels.
I don't think I'm able to turn on the sound at this point in time. I'm going to have to do that probably out of game. But actually, let's see what this does. I'm probably going to have to hop out of game to do that, which I probably don't want to do right now. I don't want to leave my teammates hanging in.
We'll figure that out with the sound. You might want to, if you respawn, you might want to drop out of the match for a second and do it if an opportunity presents itself.
Sounds good. We will see how that goes.
Is there ever going to be a spider hero? I do not know. That is up to Captain Nito. People said monkey hero, people said penguin hero, people said spider hero. Seems like the animal heroes are popular. We will do what we can with fun animal heroes. For anyone who joined us late, 3000 ice after every match. We are back live after deploying hotfixes to 1.1.6. If you have not updated today, if you have not updated in the last 2 hours, go update Vainglory on the App Store so that you have the latest version and you don't have the bugs that were in 1.1.6. We're leaving on Double Glory weekend. Double Glory was supposed to be over, but we're leaving it on as a thank you and a sorry for the issues that were in 1.1.6 and the extra downtime that we had to do associated with that. And when we wrap here, we still got some more game left in us, but when we wrap here, stay tuned. We're going to host Shinkagen's stream. I'm going to play with him. I'm Playoff Beard. I'm going to play with him, and we're going to continue to give away ice on Shinkagen's stream. So stick around. It's just one more thing we can do just as a thank you and a sorry, and support one of our great live streamers. The following week, I'm excited to say that I got confirmation that A Geeky Chick, another amazing Vainglory streamer, someone who I think is super fun. I love hanging out in her stream. She's going to join us the week after, and we'll host her too. I'm hoping she'll do us the kindness of coming on for a segment on the official stream too. So we'll make that happen. So the people who are avid followers of her, who happen to be watching live now, hello to all of you. And we're excited that she's making the time to join us in a week's time.
So my team's doing pretty well right now, and I'm also building weapon, though I probably should start playing Crystal because my entire team is building weapon. So because I already have a tension bow, and that's pretty much all weapon damage I'm going to need, I'm going to probably start transitioning over to a more crystal power build, just so our enemies cannot just build armor and defend against our entire team. However, I'm actually pretty ahead right now, and as an assassin, that's really where you want to be. If you fall behind as an assassin, you'll probably have a very tough game ahead of you, because assassins generally tend to fall off a little bit late game, and with that, if you don't get ahead early enough, it's just very rough. So I'm just going to jump on a Dodger right here, do a little bit of damage, a lot of damage. I did like half his health in like 2 hits, so that's pretty fantastic. And
Krondor says I have 6,285 eggs at the moment in his stream. That's the Krondor. He is one of our great Vainglory streamers. I have absolutely no idea what that means or what I can do with my eggs. I know it's like I can bet the eggs and request music and stuff like that, but it's actually more entertaining if I plead complete ignorance. But no, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do, like what the commands are, how I use my eggs, but go check out Krondor and use some eggs. I see some of our great streamers are starting to come online. Prophet Jester and Shinkagen and some of our great streamers. Also DZ, if you haven't checked out DZ Live, check him out at some point with his crazy instant replay technology, which is amazing. If you're not listening to shatterthevein.com, Shatter the Vein, Vainglory podcast, that's a player, Loose Keys, Brad, who happened to start, I believe the first Vainglory podcast, at least the first one that I've found. I've been listening to that in the car, really enjoying it. Thank you to all of our YouTube people who are making YouTube videos all the time. I could never name them all, but Alvaro with videos in Spanish that are absolutely amazing. Don John videos in German that are fantastic. Nick at Night videos are fantastic. You should check out on YouTube. Commander Alex has been doing some really great hero guides that I've even been featuring and using as a resource. Rumbly Superset has amazing highlights, gameplay highlights that you might have noticed that we've been putting in the news section every now and then. I know I'm going to leave some people out. But if you're making YouTube videos, if you're streaming the game, thank you so much for supporting us. It means a lot. We are watching, and we're looking for opportunities to feature your stuff whenever we can.
That was pretty close. So I actually used my box to get out of the dodge ult. That was actually very, very dangerous.
So talk to me about this match a little bit.
Right now we're pretty much on the front foot. We are slowly pushing down the towers. We don't have super good pushing potential because Saw's like off in the jungle. But we're basically able to control the jungle completely. Anytime they set foot in the jungle, we're there ready to like kill him. Like right now, Blake's trying to do the minion mine, not a chance. He is going to get chased out. I don't think we're gonna be able to kill him, but he is not gonna be able to take anything. So we're just slowly pushing everything down, and we have a pretty tight grip on this game. Let's see.
Pretty sweet. For the people asking, what was the little but juicy tidbit that we revealed about the next hero? That is that the next hero is a protector. For all those people asking for an alternative to Catherine, there is another protector coming. That protector is next. We also inadvertently revealed something else, potentially the gender of said protector.
Or maybe not.
I'm not going to repeat that, but you might be able to find that out from other people. And I'm not going to confirm that it's true either, although Captain Nito is a pretty reliable source for information.
Or was he just tricking all of you?
Could be. Could be. So keep an eye out for more lore. We're going to reveal a lot more through the lore. There's also going to be a second layer to the lore. You won't be able to figure it out now, but if you read between the lines, there will be more going on with the lore. It's interwoven lore for the next 3 heroes. It is an interconnected story. So number 1, God 2, what's your ultimate jungle team with Shinkagen? Heard you had an unbeaten run. Yeah, so when we wrap here, we're going to host Shinkagen. I'm going to jump over there, and I'm going to start playing with him, and we're going to continue to give away ice. We've been doing a Kashka glaive jungle where the glaive is iron guarding and I am last hitting with Kashka. We've also done some glaive with me playing jungle scarf, which I absolutely love jungle scarf right now, where I take a swift shooter out of the gate, I follow that with boots, then blazing salvo, then frostburn with tier 2 boots, and then an alternating current or an aftershock, and that's all about lighting someone on fire and basic attacking as much as possible with Scarf. Fan those flames, the effects are better, easier to read in 1.1.6. I love early Scarf. I love early game bullying with Scarf, strongest level 1 in the game. Focus on attack speed, focus on lighting people on fire, and basic attacking them as much as possible. So maybe we'll bust that out too. But yeah, we'll be doing some duo jungling after this stream.
So I did say I was going to go crystal build, but we're sufficiently far ahead that I think weapon build will be just fine. It'll be extremely costly for them to go get any armor right now, because if they do get armor, they're basically going to do 0 damage to us, which is perfectly fine by me. It's effectively building defensive by going offensive, which is something that you can do occasionally. If you are sufficiently far ahead in a game, you can force your opponents to buy damage because they cannot afford to buy a weapon, or else they will just not do enough damage, and you'll basically be able to walk all over them. So right now, that hurt a little bit, but I'm pretty much fine. I'm not going to die anytime soon. gonna hop in
Oh,
and
my
basically
goodness.
explode him.
So you're 8-1.
I am 8-1.
You're getting the critical attack from your stacks. You're getting the proc. You're getting the damage outburst from the tension bow. And then the Tyrant's Monocle, that is all about crit. Taka is all about crit. That is obviously a really nice synergy. And you just saw what happened to that dude's health bar.
Yep, he exploded. And that's kind of how you want to play Taka. Let's see if I can pop this guy right here. Did some damage, not that much. I was hoping to do a little bit more right there. I think we can probably just go do Kraken right now. I don't really think they have any sort of method to stop us. So we can go pick that up real easy and just finish off pushing their base.
If you're asking how you play with Zkent, he's just picking people randomly off of his friends list. So that's capital ZKNT. He's just picking friends randomly. You're 8-1 right now. What has gone right for you?
I was able to get actually 2 kills very early on in this game, which is, as an assassin, basically a godsend. It's very easy to pick up a tension bow, build a little bit more damage, and basically explode anyone that gets near you if you are like 1 or 2 levels ahead of your opponents. And right now, I'm level 12 already. I've been level 12 for a while, and our opponents are just hitting level 10 and 11.
Wow.
So let's see. I'm gonna actually pick up another. Actually, I'll go for a Sorrow Blade. I think that seems like a good pickup. I don't even think my teammates need me at this point. They are literally 2v1ing.
Yeah, so that's another build you can try. So real quick, for all heroes, if you're not going to vaingloryfire.com, you can find hero guides for all of the heroes, a tremendous resource. For Taka, some builds you can try. So you see what he's doing now. Tension bow, he's going full weapon. He's building Tyrant's Monocle for that extra crit. You can do a full proc build. We call it the Glowing Hands build, which is a tension bow and an aftershock and an alternating current. Basically everything that gives you those glowing hands effects, because all that proc works really well. With Taka, you can try a really heavy weapon damage build, also works really well, like 3 Sorrow Blades and a Tyrant's Monocle. That can work on a weapon Taka. And if you're looking for a crystal Taka, it's all about X-Retsu. It's all about that ultimate. Just try to load up on crystal power and an aftershock maybe, and focus on the damage you can do with that
surrender.
ultimate.
Come on, teammate. What happens if we surrender after we win?
All right.
Let's
So
see.
what you just witnessed is kind of the difference between all the devs going at it and then having Zkent kind of murder people in the wild. Yeah, he's pretty good at MOBAs and life.
Yay. I'm winning at life. Or something. Alrighty, so we are going to have a little bit more ice, but remember, Shin Kaigen will also be handing out some ice after this. So after this, make sure you hop over to his stream. We're going to be hosting him. It'll be awesome.
Yeah, we're going to do one more match with players before that.
Should we? We could, why not?
All right,
Let's do it.
We're going to do one more match with players, and then we're going to be transitioning over to Shinkagen. So just stick around. You don't have to do anything. Just stick around, and we'll host him, and we will give out more ice. So real quick, here are the winners of ice coming up.
Alrighty, inviting people.
The
Inviting
first
people.
winner. So Crimson Beast, real quick, asking about know any Krull builds. Yeah, there's a lot of fun Krull builds. If you want to try a build that's all about using your abilities all the time, try a triple clockwork build.
That is my favorite build of all time.
I've seen, so one of my favorite builds is go Blazing Salvo, build a Tornado Trigger, build a Bone Saw, and focus on your B, that Spectral Smite. It is nuts. It is crazy fun. It's probably not the smartest build in the world, but it is a crazy fun build for Krull. A tension bow can work really well on Krull, getting journey boots and a tension bow and just trying to be a menace in the jungle. That will work really well. And you can, of course, go a really defense-heavy build with Krull. But again, look for the stickiness, so maybe a Frostburn or a Shiver Steel thrown in there. But look on Vainglory Fire, lots of great Krull builds on Vainglory Fire. So the first winner of Ice, 3,000 Ice. Noah Detmar is a winner. Noah Detmar is a winner.
I'm making so many friends.
Let me write this down so I don't forget to give you your ice. The next winner of 1,000 ice is Antoine7420.
All right, one more person. All right, I'm gonna hop in the game right now. Make sure we don't end up with more than 3 people on one team. All right. You wanted me to play Krull, right? Cruel?
Yeah, go
Let's
for
do
Krull.
it.
Krull is good.
Let us do it.
So the winner so far, Noah Detmar, Antoine 7420, and the third winner of this round is El Krasmus is a winner. Congrats if you won. Just send a private message through Twitch to the Vainglory to this channel. Just click on the profile page, click on the gear icon, hit the message button, give us your player name. All we need is your player name and we will get you your ice. So stay tuned for another match. Then we're going to do 3,000 more glory, or excuse me, 3,000 more ice. And then we're going to host Shinkagen. I'm going to play with him on stream, and we're going to give away more ice on Shinkagen stream. So stay tuned for that.
I gotta say, there's one thing about Cruel.
Yep.
If I don't look too carefully, his beard kind of looks like arms.
Oh, I know, right? It's that long strip.
Yeah, it's
right?
like the bandages.
Yeah,
the bandages,
it makes
they
it
look like arms.
like one of those gods. It's got the multiple arms. Yeah, it is a little bit freaky like that.
It is.
Yeah, he's kind of freaky all around. There was a rumor that he has a giant sword stuck through his chest, which
looks to be true.
Yeah,
I definitely
right.
see a sword stuck through his chest. Would not recommend doing that, by the way. Do not stick swords through your chest. Not fun.
Early Horizon asking about more lore for heroes. If you haven't been with us from the very beginning, we've done a bunch of lore for Petal. We've done a bunch of lore for Glaive. We've done a bunch of lore for Jewel. We've done a ton of lore for Krull. A lot of the heroes have had some really nice lore beats that we've already done. You can find, there's a section in the official forums for lore. You can find everything there, or look in Academy, the Academy section of our official website, and you can also find the lore through there.
All right, so as Cruel, I like starting off with a Swift Shooter so I can get his smite off very, very quickly. I'm basically going to just be hitting this minion really fast, and you'll see it stack up much faster than it would otherwise. And this is a really good way to start his jungle. He doesn't really need potions. I bought him just for safety, but he can effectively jungle without any of them, just because he gets a lot of innate sustain with his abilities. Like, he gets his shield off his Dead Man's Rush, and he gets his he heals off his Spectral Smite.
Billy Havoc, really quick. I cannot talk about what is the super secret stuff. The super secret stuff we are working on to use your glory and ice in all around long-term progression. I can't talk about it yet, but it is one of the more exciting things going on around here. So there is a lot more coming. Stay tuned. If you have extra glory, if you have extra ice, use it on new heroes like the Protector, who is coming out next, but there will definitely be more uses to come.
Yep, so right now I'm just jungling. I'm actually solo jungling.
Did we figure out the in-game audio thing?
Ooh, I don't think we did.
Oh.
Oh, well,
Sorry.
you guys will just have to listen to our sweet voices for a while.
All right, if
Some
maybe in the
video.
early game, based on the stomping, is there anything you think you can do just by leaving the game?
I don't know, because in theory, the sound is on my end, because I can hear it. Oh, I have friends. Because I can hear it, which is odd because I didn't change any settings on this. I will figure it out later. So give me a little bit of time.
All right, we will try to sort that out. Sorry about that. Thank you for all of the kind comments that I'm seeing in the stream.
I got murdered. I got out-crueled. There was much damage done by the cruel.
I see Jacob is asking, why do you never use Iron Guard Contract?
I do. I bought Iron Guard Contract in the Glaive game. I just generally find that the early game power from other items is generally more effective, just because if you run into an early level fight or like a low level fight, an Iron Guard Contract will not do you much good.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have the other stats.
So really, it's because Zken is the best player, and we were trying to set him up to carry. So we would rather him be getting the last hits. That's the short answer. But he makes a really good point, which is when a match starts, pull up the scoreboard. And if you see one or two junglers on the enemy team buy Iron Guard Contract, that means they have the potential to get more gold, but they're not going to do early damage to you. That means if you see an Iron Guard Contract on the enemy team, that is an opportunity to invade off of match start or invade early in the jungle. So especially as a jungle scarf, if I see someone took Iron Guard contract, oh, I'm just licking my chops and have the other person take Weapon Blade, the first tier 1 weapon power, or the Crystal Bit, the first tier 1 crystal, and we will just go bully the garbage out of them. It is a good time.
Yeah.
If you are taking Iron Guard, then what you want to make sure is that you're duo jungling with someone, that you are taking the aggro, you are hitting the monsters first, because you're going to get passive gold through taking damage from monsters, and that the other jungler is hitting the monster last, getting the gold from the last hit. Then you're both getting gold, you're both going to be able to buy more items, you're both going to level up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness!
That was terrifying.
That was a genuine... Wow. All right.
I thought I'd help out with that explanation.
No, I think
You know?
come in and hang out for a minute while I catch my breath and
So what's
recover.
going on?
We are.
you guys
I'm
winning?
dying, but my teammates are doing
okay.
fine. So
That happens.
I'm actually solo jungling against 2 people.
Oh, nice.
And that's pretty good because my teammates are actually pushing down the tower, not too quickly, but I did get a kill on their laner, so that's not too bad.
Okay.
Totally worth it.
Nito, while you're here, Negrodom and Music something else is asking if you can talk about stackable items and kind of item interaction. He mentions Aftershock and infusions, but also kind of like teams with multiple fountains and just kind of stacking items in general.
Yeah. So the way that items stack, if you ever look at the items description inside of the in-game store, any stats.
Come
that
sit
the
down
item,
for a minute. I want
okay.
you to see you on the camera in here. Because we were talking earlier about is Captain Nito handsome? Because he looks kind of grumpy on purpose in his team photo on the website.
Yeah, that's true.
I think
anger.
it's pretty
Yeah.
definitive that he is handsome.
Based on the
I am
emails
not-
you sent yesterday, I would not too grumpy.
No, this is a really awkward conversation again. But no, back to the item stats. Any of the stats conferred by an item is going to stack. So if you see that the item is going to give you plus 10 weapon, if it's going to give you plus 15 crystal, any of those things stack across all items. Any unique abilities or passives or perks that the items have do not stack. So specifically, if you were to buy a Frostburn, you get a 35% slow when you deal crystal damage to an enemy. If you buy 2 Frostburns, you do not get a 70% slow when you deal damage to a crystal enemy. You still only get a 35% slow. That perk is unique. So inside of the actual store itself, the text that is in blue does not stack. The text that is in white, which are all the stats of the items, do stack. That's how you want to kind of separate them out. Now, specifically, there were questions earlier about how procs on items work. Things like tension bow and aftershock. In those cases, if you have a tension bow and an aftershock or anything else that's going to trigger on you executing an attack against an enemy, a basic attack, then those will all happen in one basic attack, the next one that happens against any enemy. So those will stack on a basic attack. That's kind of like a rhyme. Do you see what I did there? That was pretty good, huh? Yeah. I thought so. But yeah, that should be all of the information you should need to know about that. Let's see what else everybody else is saying.
So speaking to a little bit of what Playoff was saying earlier about Scarf Invades, because you can see people buy items before you actually see them, one thing I like doing on Scarf is to basically sit in base and not buy anything for a bit. And if I do see their junglers buy Iron Guard contracts, I will immediately pick up boots and walk into their jungle and kill them. Because there's 0% chance that they'll get away from me.
Yeah, that is a great way of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I'm looking through and super evil troll. I'm looking through for other questions that you guys have been posing. Someone was asking about listening to music. We've heard this request before. That's definitely something that we want to add into the game for you guys. You know that you can right now adjust the volume of the in-game music in the settings for the app. A lot of people are looking for that settings icon to be inside of the app, but it's actually with the rest of the iOS app settings on your iPad. So if you turn down the music volume in there, then you're free to play music on your headphones or on your iPad or what have you, and you're pretty much off to the races.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So just to recap for you, you are seeing on the far left, this is Captain Nito. He's our head of creative. He's our lead hero designer. He's co-founder, Mensa Genius. In the middle, we have Zkent, former Team Curse, MOBA pro, kind of made a name for himself both with his chill and awesome personal Twitch live stream, his play in massive tournaments, and kind of his crazy off-meta builds and his Janna and his Teemo and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. We have on his right is Fury, who was playing earlier. He's answering questions in chat and is all around very helpful when he's not scowling in videos.
And,
does have a
and
famous scowl.
we're having a couple of really interesting questions that are popping up right now. So Vainglory Lover 101, you were talking about making it fair for people that are in different time zones. I'm going to set your comment aside and we'll have a conversation about that totally offline. It's a really good suggestion though, and thank you for it. For We Are the Borg, you're asking weapon speed or weapon power in general, or is it better to do both if you do one? It depends on the way you are conferring that weapon power. For example, weapons attack speed is almost always good when you are doing flat weapon power, something like a Sorrow Blade or something. It doesn't synergize with anything that is temporal, that's on a timer. So, for example, Tension Bow does not synergize with attack speed. If you buy more attack speed, your Tension Bow does not proc any more frequently than it would if you had very little or zero attack speed. So it depends on how you are dealing that weapon power damage, but in general, it is advisable that if you are doing weapon power to get some attack speed. I'd also say it's more important when you are doing crit-based or random chance-based style weapon damage. So when you're going for lucky strikes and things that give you crit chance, you want to get more chances for those crit chances to happen. So attack speed there is a really good idea. Next question, Captain Nito, what character kits were the hardest or the most complicated to code? Man, so this is from Ketsuaka, I think. And if I screwed it up, I'm sorry. The hardest, most complicated to code, Jewel was really challenging, actually. I think of a lot of the heroes that we were making, Jewel was hard because there were so many different directions we could take Jewel. She's on a mech, she has a sword, she has laser cannons. There's a lot about the fantasy of a mech that is different for different people. So, you know, the more Western style mechs are very like laborious mountain sort of mech warrior kind of mechs that are like stomping around and very heavy. Then you have mechs in more like anime style mechs that are very fast and they're zipping all over the place. It took us a little bit to figure out exactly which kind of the fantasy that we wanted to portray and really make sure that she felt good. So she took a little bit. Some characters have been very easy. For example, Saw. I came up with Saw's kit on a Friday. I programmed Saw's kit on a Saturday, and we playtested Saw's kit on a Sunday, and it was pretty much done from there. It really varies. Like, some of them come out very quickly. Some of them you have to kind of like dance around a little bit until you find what fits best. George6992 asks, what about attack speed and cooldown acceleration? Oh no, good things are happening in the game?
Saw Zken walk into 3 people, throw a sword, eliminate someone, and come out alive.
Yeah!
Basically just said, I have
That's
a
awesome.
giant sword through my chest, and I'm not afraid of you.
That's so good.
That's pretty much what happened. I am very far ahead right now. I'm level 11. The enemy Ringo is actually level 10, but he's going with the breaking point, which is an interesting choice in this situation because we don't have any armor, and I am not paying attention and dying.
Yeah, in order for breaking point to really pay out, you have to oh, went back in! Oh, good champ! Sorry, that was really good.
That
was really cool.
With the barrier on Dead Man's Road.
Yeah, so again, what makes Krull really lethal is when Krull is invading. Krull gets a free barrier, so he gets extra free health for a limited amount of time whenever he does his A ability, a Dead Man's Rush. He just invades somebody, gets up in their face, starts clawing at him, and it's a phenomenal way to turn the tide of battle, because for a brief moment he's deceptively stronger and more durable than you expect him to be, and he turned the tide on Ringo in exactly that case.
So one reason I really like going with the Super Clockwork build is, as you see, I just threw my ultimate. It's already almost up.
Yeah.
It's literally a 20-second cooldown.
Yeah. So you're playing like triple Clockwork Krull?
Mm-hmm. It's a very fun build.
It's a great build.
Maybe I'll go quadruple Clockwork.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. George6992, you asked, what about attack speed and cooldown acceleration? Do those stack? Yes, they do. They are a stat, and they stack. I am simply one hell of a butler asking hybrid builds for Taka. There are some pretty good hybrid builds out there. I know a lot of people have come up with some ones that are easier or easier for you to find than for me to explain it to you right now. I would encourage you to go to vaingloryfire.com and take a look there. There are some really great builds for everybody overall, but in case you're ever shopping around for like, oh, I want to play this new hero and how do I kind of get my feet wet with this new hero, take a look at vaingloryfire.com. You guys are going to find that the players have found, vetted, experimented, and come up with amazing builds for any hero in Vainglory. Oxenovo.
We just saw something interesting there I want to bring up. So we had a chase where a Kroll was chasing after the enemy Ringo. And the Ringo was waiting. Oh my, all right. So the Ringo was waiting for Kroll to try to throw the sword. And when he saw that the sword missed just barely, he then knew he didn't have to fear the stun anymore and started kiting and started going a little bit more on offense and actually managed to kind of get the better of the situation, except then he thought he could recall in time and couldn't and ended up dying.
I definitely think if he kited a little bit better, he could have killed me. He could have chased me after I started running away. But he actually decided to back on try to recall, which I think was the wrong choice. He should have tried to kill me first because it doesn't take me too long to loop around to go for the kill. Or you could try to juke me and just like run back towards the way I came from.
So C12 asked whether there be hero appearance customizations. We haven't announced anything about that kind of thing yet, but we've heard those kinds of ideas from a lot of players. They're always welcome. We are fans of those kinds of things in other games, and if we're ever a fan of something, that generally means that we're cooking up something or thinking about it. More people are asking. So Paragon Prime asks, would you rather have more magical heroes like Adagio or more technical heroes like Jewel? And for me personally, I love them both. I like having a healthy variation, and I like finding a way to make magical heroes and technical heroes look really cool alongside each other, like that they make sense in the world together. So I don't have a specific favorite between the two. I am quite fond of both.
For the player asking if we meant that all 3 upcoming heroes are protectors, no. All 3 upcoming heroes are not protectors.
No.
They're not all dropping at the exact same time. The next update, the next real update, 1.1.7, will have a new hero in it, and that hero is a protector. That is what we have revealed today. If you have not updated Vainglory in the last 2 hours, we have deployed hotfixes to deal with the issues that were in 1.1.6. You can update now and play, and your game will be all sorts of better. When this match is over, we're giving out 3,000 more ice, and then we're going to host Shinkagen's stream and continue giving out ice over there, so hang around for that.
Dormammu, I think, Nemesis Dormammu was asking what are the upcoming hero changes and balances? What hero do you guys think needs some revisiting? We're always looking at every hero. There's not a specific hero that escapes kind of our gaze, and we have a lot of conversations about all of them. We don't generally say in advance what. Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
Retsu to avoid a Kroll sword throw.
That was epic.
Really good.
That was really good.
I did not expect that to happen. Oh, can I end the game? Can I end the game?
Uh-oh, looks like it's going to be Krillus. So yeah, we don't generally, we don't really talk too openly about what those changes are in advance, mostly because we're not really sure. A lot of the times, like we have some suspicions, or we'll take a look at some things and rub our chins, but we're not necessarily sure what those changes would even be until we road test them a lot and are really confident. But you know, some of the things that I'm sure you guys can guess, like any of the flavor of the month kind of build or item paths that you guys think are going to be dominant are always things that we're going to be looking at closely to make sure that they're not unfair. Any heroes that we feel are going to be overly dominant or unfair, we are also going to be taking a look at. So that's the kind of stuff that tends to occupy our mind.
All right, GG, I'm going to jump back in this chair, although I hope you stay with us for a minute so that I can give out the ice.
Okay. Let's give out some ice.
Ice for all.
How do I do it?
So, how do you do it?
All right, gonna be great.
So it is completely random. You're going to open this window here.
Yeah, buddy.
And you're going to click on the little gift-looking thing, and then
do
you're
the
going to
thing.
roll.
All right, here we go.
Do the thing.
This is my chance. All right, we have a winner. The winner is Owen Wex, 4.
All right, so
Congratulations.
copy that into the chat window.
I'm gonna say that now to all these people. Owen.
At OwenX.
Oh yeah, that's
This is
it.
going to be very
At
efficient.
Owen Wex 4.
Yeah.
You are a winner, dude.
Congratulations.
Okay, and I need you to
Congrats.
paste that into my notes window, or else they won't actually get the ice.
That's important. This
They
guy.
do want the ice.
Yeah, just put it anywhere.
Yeah. Owen Wex.
You don't like copy paste.
He does
All right.
not like copy paste.
And we're gonna do this
All right,
again.
So hit the little gift thingy again.
It's gonna be amazing, guys.
All right,
Who's the
1,000
next winner?
ice
Next winner is
to
Anbu
Unboot
Corpse.
Corpse.
and Bucorp.
Congrats, dude.
Copy
So you
Or
type
do
it
that.
out to him.
Yep. Here we
Before
go.
you do the last one, I'm going to sit back down because we're going to do a pretty quick transition.
Okay, now I'm gonna
Alright.
get out of your seat.
All right, so we got
Thanks
more
for letting me play
ice.
it at-
We
at-
got
at
more
the seat.
ice coming. Thank you, man. It's
Yeah.
always good to have Captain Nito here.
Thanks for letting me roll those.
Ambu Corpse. No, you can still roll the.
You can roll the last one.
No.
can
man.
All right, so I just want to say, don't go anywhere because we are immediately giving away more ice on Shinkagen's stream. We're going to host that in just a second. One more thing of ice here. So 1,000 ice goes to.
Hit the button.
Oh my god,
Hit
I'm
the
gonna push
button.
it. Boom!
You hit the button.
Is VV Mexi VV. Congratulations, VV Mexi VV. Yeah, that was a complicated
All right.
name.
Congratulations to everyone.
Yeah, congrats
Here's
everybody.
a winner.
Well
So
played.
thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for dealing with the issues. Stick around. We are going to host Shinkagen now. He's an amazing player. It's going to be super fun, and he's going to give away more ice provided by Super Evil. Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Slash host.
How do I do? I do
Slash
at?
host Shinkagen.